Hello everyone, it's Knjaz and I have a game for you that is pretty interesting to watch. At least when it doesn't lag, like it did in the real one. I will warn you in advance that it ended prematurely, although it wasn't far from conclusion when it ended. Still, I haven't seen such clusterfucks in a while. So, me as Russia, Dell as US, Aziz as GLA, Akuma Vigo as GLA, Kurkel as ECA, General Tao as China. Standard openings. All of us are playing their mains with the exception of this guy. Dell. Standard openings on the jelly. Aziz is a little bit slow with his war factory, or like very slow. Yeah, this is. I have no idea why he was so slow with war factory. But it will. Yeah, China sends a scout here. I think Akuma starts, yes, with informant. He's also preparing a technical rush here. Both GLAs are going to attempt to protect their supplies from technical rushes and rebel drops. But as you can see, Aziz is like 50% later on his war factory, so he just couldn't do it in time. Loses his supply collection. Here, Dell asks me to remove this listing outpost. Tao, China from the right team decides to go all in. Harasses US a little bit. And then switches his focus on myself. Yeah, took down an Osprey. I'm gonna lose a dozer here. Purely my fault. I was too focused on taking up. Wasn't even scouting here. Now I'm refusing to go shock troopers, even though I have tier 1. This was a really stupid decision. Losing my second dozer here to those rebels, or to remaining rebels from the initial rush. I'm starting to lose my collection. In the meantime, Aziz takes some of the middle. I think at this point of time I'm starting to scream for help. Although Aziz wasn't with us on Discord, I think. Yeah. I'm losing a lot, 2 collectors, 2 dozers, a lot of collection time. Some infantry. So while Tao was pinning me down, these 2 guys decided to 2v1 Aziz. But Mix from Tao come a little bit later. A little bit too late. This toxin tractor decides the engagement by killing half of the infantry present. Yep, that first mix should have came a little bit sooner, like 30 seconds sooner. And this engagement would have went differently. I think this would be our end right there. Or could be. I still didn't build a single ground unit here. I'm purely relying on infantry, and I'm deciding to build a static defense, even though RPG tower is totally useless against TCM tanks, and I know it. And especially since they can just flank. I knew the placement was bad. Still refusing to go shock troopers. Losing my collection for the second time. ECA tries to support with Tigers, although not on my side, but attempts to go directly for the airfield, I guess. Yeah. I warned Pavel in advance, he takes down the first one, the second one will be the second one. Yeah, Aziz saves the day here with Pavel. The second one, yeah, no losses for Pavel. This Raptor survives with no HP left. Akuma switches to full buggies, although in his place I would probably switch to bikes because he had a full vision on us. He saw all the soft spots in Aziz base. As you can see, it's completely uncovered. So this is a soft spot, this is a soft spot. Could have probably taken down even War Factory. More scouting from Tao.
China's Air Force. Armor upgrade
Yep.
is complete.
I'm gonna lose my collection for the third time. Few more buggies. Pavel is focusing on making raptors, although in his place I would probably switch to Razor Bombers. Razor Bombers are a lot better against soft targets like buggies. Yeah, that's a sorry state here. At the same time, it's 6 minutes of the game. I kind of missed that ECA attack in the some time ago, and I'm thinking that ECA went full eco, full secondary eco, and is heavily fortifying their flank. So I'm very paranoid about what awaits us in like 10 minutes. Starting to prepare myself for that. Tao takes down this refinery to get himself to rank 2. I'm spamming conscripts around here. Aziz lost his middle a while ago. Yeah, I'm moving conscripts here, preparing for a rebel ambush. More MiG strikes. From Tao, also I retaliate with grumbles, but I only take down one MiG. So Aziz had a small task force here, it's completely destroyed. Situation looks very dire for us. Or it will look in a minute, I think. Yeah, it already looks pretty dire because I lost Facton of collection. Aziz was constantly pressured. Yeah, he can't collect this supply either. In my brain, there was an image of ECA having a field of telecom towers here, so I was panicking. I was heavily investing into Sekiko as well. Totally miscalculating situation on the map. Having a Boris shielding here for no reason, because I'm anticipating another Chinese attack, while having no idea what's going on here, no vision. Aziz doesn't have any standing army or standing units whatsoever. I don't think there is much in the tunnels. German takes down workers again. So far it's a normal game. Like, normal game with a ton of fuck-ups from our team, but things happen. So Aziz tries to counter with Grads. Not the best idea. Tries to build. How much? Another MiG strike. Is this the third or the fourth time I'm losing my collection and my wall anti-air network? That's not fun at all, given that China has 2 airfields and MiGs are about to reload. Aziz is forced to sell his supply due to Jagger, while providing some defense with Raptors. These things are heroic by now, even without the... Yeah, Chinese tier 3, harassing my collection again, and sending parabombs to the airfield. Aziz is attempting to rebuild his supply, but not succeeding in that. Del removes his Raptors just in time. I think he should have used this mix to take down my supply here. Oh, he doesn't see it. But he sees the grumble, he doesn't want to lose them. Wait, what?
Unit lost.
Ah, that was a guard mod, probably. because he sure as hell didn't see here anything. Sends in another couple of mix, probably to attack the dozer. I need to double check this moment later on. Yeah, I've sent a dozer here to build an arena tower to protect my collection because I got tired of it being sniped. But as you can see, I failed. Also, with the help of Use's Avenger, we took down the whole Chinese Air Force here because he was sending his mix one by one. In the meantime, Aziz is getting fucked again. He's losing his supply again. I'm in my paranoia in anticipation of ECA Wall of Death. Still heavily investing into Sekiku instead of protecting myself here. Although I think around here I'm starting to lose myself and throwing all my money into grumbles. Keeping few conscripts in the middle as a buffer. Yeah, Aziz is suffering extreme losses from the Chinese airstrikes combined with GLA harassment. I'm moving my dozer here, building barracks to build some conscripts to create at least some pressure on this side with the basic infantry. At this point, yeah, as you can see, I'm completely paranoid about what awaits us in late game with this guy's CCA. So I'm investing to counter it in advance. This makes me a lot less useful than I could be again for my teammates right now. I'm choosing the cheapest options to support them as possible. More mix strikes, more grumbles being built. So, buggies. Seriously, when there is a buggy spam like this, the uncovered buggy spam with no covered bikes are your best bet to counter these things. Because buggies have almost no health and bikes see them, bikes kill them real quick. Tremor Cycler, if you ask him how he got it, in current BP version, Toxin Cycler and Tremor Cyclers got swapped because Anthrax Recycler is we're currently brainstorming how to balance it in GLA patches. As you can see, Aziz has no upgrades here. He got so heavily harassed in this game, he has no upgrades whatsoever. He has a repair upgrade and that's it. He has no buggy ammo upgrade, no infantry upgrades, nothing. Well, at least he has a cell detection upgrade. I'm starting to feel a little bit confident about my income. I don't know the TC. I'm expecting to see around double of this amount of economy, but at the same time, Tao is beginning to move out slowly. More airstrikes from China against Aziz. Boris is running around. I'm creating a buffer zone with a buffer force with conscripts, just meat shields. Okay, scouting Tau in advance. Trying to damage the ECM tank. Now, 14 minutes into the game, you remember when I said I didn't want to go shock troopers? I still go shock troopers. So I still didn't save a GP from... Didn't save myself from spending a GP on them. Constant action here, Grads, buggies killing each other, conscripts chilling around. I'm sending a wave of conscripts here, with the shock troopers behind them. Howitzer fire from ECA. Constant action here. I would start to counter this Infernus because I knew that Headlands probably won't cut it due to infant presence. Some heroic conscripts dying here. German having a field day. Almost there, though. Oh, we see I even placed a lot of pioneer mines around. Yeah, that's tough. Another carpet bomb here. Yeah, and as you could see, I went completely paranoid on the grumbles, but these grumbles still couldn't protect me from this plane. That will probably get looked into in the next patch. Because if 12 grumbles can't took down a single GP plane, then something's off. Because that's a completely unreasonable amount of grumbles that you will not see in a normal game. A total overkill. Like if he would went into ground assault on me, like full-on ground assault, I would just crumble. Because I invested so much into tier 2 and tier, I have no units whatsoever, well, except for infantry. By this point, we noticed that ECA has a howitzer network here. I guess I noticed this. In the meantime, we have things dying here. Howitzer fire, MiGs. I'm trying to hold Chinese advance with Boris here. In order to minimize efficiency of his MiG strikes, I'm switching to shock trooper production, to artillery shock troopers, bombardiers. I mean, they are very hard to kill with MiGs. Boris died here. Because I'm just afraid that if I'll build Knjaz, they'll just get sniped. I will kill them here like a boss. Oh, this is starting to get some upgrades at least. Okay, we're fighting off Chinese assault. In the meantime, non-stop action here. I keep developing my economy, but I realize it's not really enough to take all these guys by myself, and I know that Pyle has has almost no cash. He's operating with 4 Raptors, he doesn't have cash to build more. Using bombardiers here. Okay, Boris to counter Infernos. I really cannot use Hellions or Stas to counter Infernos in these conditions. There is way too much air force and anti-air from China. And I don't have the luxury of building myself a Sentinel meat shield with arenas for them. Just no time for that. A Eurofighter strike from ECA on me. Losing a supply here. This is collected. Aziz is having pretty tough time here. I'm sending him, I guess they went here on attack move. More MiG strikes. An Anthrax from Aziz. This Anthrax was crucial for us. It managed to set back China a lot. ECA invested heavily into anti-air. I'll increase the camera height now. So I know that there is a massive wall of defenses and large amounts of artillery from China, so I'm switching to Massim Stars and attempt to terrible ambush here. I also missed there was a rebel ambush early in the game here, but I guess I missed that moment. There was just way too much going on. A clever use of mob on by Kuma on the hill, but not clever enough. Oh, he still saves them. Mortar trucks. Yeah, Pavel lost all his He doesn't have many raptors. He doesn't want to sacrifice them, I guess, or something. I keep spamming conscripts. Still trying to develop some of the economy. I really thought they have more at this point. Aziz went buggies too. More mixed strikes. I'm moving my grumbles forward in hopes that with the vision I have that I'll be able to counter ECM drop lane in advance. You can see using bombardiers in large amounts. Plus, I don't really have that many war factories to keep stuff production, especially against double airfield China. China, in the meantime, yes, you saw, switched all Gatling Lords. My teammates found a weak spot in their defense line, I guess. It's probably the weakest, least fortified area on the map. I even did the railgun upgrade. They are attempting to brute force this area. There are no gun turrets here. Paladins just reign supreme, especially full upgraded ones. Yeah, I took down. Yeah, I missed this moment, but I took down an ECM here. I took down an ECM, I took down an napalm strike, and I took down an MP, although it's still connected. Because I moved my grumbles to the very front line. Pretty risky thing to do, but I had no choice. Otherwise, they weren't working. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's how you can enjoy it. That's how the map looks like. That's our base. That's their base. 4 from me. Killing all. I'm finally rank 5. Killing all these characters. Kurkel builds a gun turret here, fights off paladins. Bomb trucks from Akuma. I'm going full artillery from several war factories, full artillery plus shock troopers as frontline fighters. They're still hoping to break through this area, but I would say that at this point it's impossible with what they have. Especially since he's not controlling his paladins while gun turret is killing him. Another ambush here, taking down the ECM field. Disable on the proximity tractors, but Pavel comes to help. He still doesn't have much cash, so he's pretty low on it. Unlike Kurkel. Another attack attempt from Pavel. Kurkel, ECA in China are moving towards me. Blackbeard should appear anytime now. Yeah, he deployed in at the ENG even. As you can see, at this point there is just a non-stop fire, non-stop combat action. I think Akuma goes, yeah, Akuma goes dark side. No more buggies and grats from Akuma. I'm losing base for no reason. Blackbeard appears, some Raptor support, because I'm asking to take down these things, but I think Bloodhound saves them? Or what? Wait, there is no Bloodhound. What saved them? An Anthrax from Akuma. So their attack here failed completely. This area got heavily fortified. With their current state in the economy, they need me to break through ECA. That's our vision. That's what we see. Aziz throws his... Another Anthrax bomb from Aziz will connect. It connected. It connected in the last moment. Although he still doesn't have upgrades, as you can see. I'm having a standoff here. Here ECA drops his rank 5 to stop my mistas, and I'm starting to feel optimistic because usually that's a sign that ECA is getting desperate when it uses its rank 5 to disable your units. Another skirmish here. And here comes the Pandora. That's where I stop being optimistic. And now just one huge clusterfuck. An MP from China. I was really hoping I'll make it. Another Pandora shot, but thing is, we completely failed to take down Pandora. You see, it's heroic already, and it will deal a lot more damage. We should have taken down Pandora at the first shot. A cobalt bomb incoming. Yep, this place is getting completely irradiated. Airstrikes from both teams. Pyle is misclicking with his raptors on the Pandora. I'm pushing China on this side a little bit. Starting to build bombardiers here. I want to apply pressure on this side just so to divert their attention. Yet another strike from Pandora. This thing, I don't even want to think about how many units this thing took off. Unfortunately, this time one of our players couldn't handle the heat. His CPU, I mean, so the connection started dropping. A bulldog here. I guess Tao is asking for help because, yeah, he has 3 war factories here. He has no space to build 4 factories. I just took down the 4th. Another Pandora strike here. Basically, all my stars, all my artillery, all my preparations were killed by ECA. But not by ECA, but Pandora alone. With some support from these things. In hindsight, I should have probably built like, I don't know, 10 Hellions and tried to rush it. You see, I'm using my satellite constantly. At this point, I was screaming to my US ally to do something about it, but he was responding me with, I don't have any money. And yeah, this is about time he left, because his connection dropped. And unfortunately, this is where the game ends. But why I said in the beginning that it was close to conclusion, I would say we were losing. Although, yeah, we were losing. As you can see, Pandora mortar trucks, they wouldn't let us through, and soon our opponents would go on counterattack. We had a slight chance, maybe, if Pandora would die. Here I'm using his... Maybe. Yeah, an ECM drop. here goes the bombing run, and that's how it ends. Was a pretty intense game, especially in the end. Too bad that one of our guys dropped. As you can see, me and Tao were really close. I was surprised they had most eco. I was expecting this guy to have most of it. But overall game was pretty intense. Okay, I've started recording the second fight, but since it wasn't intense or interesting, I just decided to cut the video. I'll throw that recording in the next time. Thank you for watching. See you later.